starting with African football. Scoring and take it to CAF Champions League.
Okay.
Obviously, there we are represented by our team, Sundowns.
Sundowns, yeah.
The only team which is in CAF Champions League from South Africa. In their group, they're sitting third. Looking
How many points?
I think they've got 6 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Looking for a win. Looking for, in fact, they need a win.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
So, gee.
But then it's going to be a tricky game, though.
That's what I actually want to get into. What do you think? How do you see Sundowns' chances in terms of the progression? Do you think that they have it in them to beat MCLJ and their former coach Rulani? Obviously, they are playing at home. Share your views, man. What do you think of that game?
I want to be so spicy. We didn't leak the information. The thing is, I don't see Downs beating Rulani. Because of this takes me back to the first game. Orlando's team had about 3 clear chances when they were playing at home, and then they drew 1-1. So having to play away also is going to be very difficult. As much as I'd want to support Downs, but I feel that there's a lot of things that are going wrong in Downs. So if they can be knocked out, go and reset, rebuild, refocus, and then come back again, because of there's just a lot of things that are not going right. And this is the off check that we're having, that we've always known Downs to be playing brilliant soccer. For the past over a decade now.
Decade or so, yeah.
But then now what they are playing, it's not standards that we are used to. That we are actually used to. Sure. So for me, let them just lose this one and then go regroup.
And then do you think, with the rumors that have just been circulating these past few days, do you think that that's also possibly going to affect them maybe in a negative way going into the game that they're about to play this Saturday?
Obviously, it will, because we don't know whether it's true or false. But having an enemy within your camp, it's a very, very challenging thing to have, because of you wouldn't know who to trust. If ever we were to leak our tactics, that's a very big scoop for the other team. But then you can always change your tactics if you are really up for the game, because of in any case you don't play the same format for 90 minutes. You can play around 3 to 4 systems within one game. So if they have what it takes, they can just tilt there and there, change whoever they need to change, then go and play the game.
Hey, how's it, my brother?
I'm good, thanks, and you, bro?
I'm good. How's it to everyone who's watching at home? Hope everyone's good. Welcome to our podcast, the Barbershop Podcast. We haven't seen you guys in a while, but you know how it is. We're here to chat football. So, without going too far, let's get to it, my brother.
Yes, sir.
We've got a couple of things that we actually need to discuss sometimes. Starting with African football. Scoring and take it to CAF Champions League.
Okay.
Obviously, there we are represented by our team, Sundowns. The only team which is in CAF Champions League from South Africa. In their group, they're sitting third.
How many points?
I think they've got 6 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Looking for a win. Looking for, in fact, they need a win.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. So,
But then it's going to be a tricky game, though.
Yeah. I think that's what I actually want to get into.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you see Sundowns' chances in terms of the progression? Do you think that they have it in them to beat MCLJ and their former coach Rulani? Obviously, they are playing at home. Share your views, man. What do you think of that game?
I want to be so spicy. We didn't leak the information. So the thing is, I don't see Downs beating Orlando. Because of this takes me back to the first game. Orlando team had about 3 clear chances when they were playing at home, and then they drew 1-1. So having to play away also, it's going to be very difficult. As much as I'd want to support Downs, but I feel that there's a lot of things that are going wrong in Downs. So if they can be knocked out, go and reset, rebuild, refocus, and then come back again, because of there's just a lot of things that are not going right. And this is the off check that we're having, that we've always known Downs to be playing brilliant soccer. For the past over a decade now.
Decade or so, yeah.
But then now what they are playing,
it's not those standards that we're used to.
That we are actually used to.
Sure.
So for me, let them just lose this one and then go regroup.
And then do you think, with the rumors that have just been circulating these past few days, do you think that that's also possibly going to affect them maybe in a negative way going into the game that they're about to play this Saturday?
Obviously, it will, because of we don't know whether it's true or false. But having an enemy within your camp, it's a very, very challenging thing to have, because of you wouldn't know who to trust. If ever we were to leak our tactics, that's a very big scoop for the other team. But then you can always change your tactics if you are really up for the game, because of in any case you don't play the same format for 90 minutes. You can play around 3 to 4 systems within one game. So if they have what it takes, they can just tilt there and there, change wherever they need to change, then go and play the game.
And outside of the field itself, what do you think, if found true, maybe these rumors, if they are found to be true, what do you think should possibly happen to the culprits in this?
The leakers. Obviously, it's going to be, they need to follow due process. There's certain steps that they need to follow internally before they even take that drastic decision. Because of, if ever they didn't follow the proper channels, he can easily come back and sue the team. And the team will be liable to pay for his fees and then also for that. So if ever they are true, of which I doubt, and internally Downs has to deal with everything else that has to happen.
And outside of Sundowns' internal stuff, do you think that things like maybe coaches, players leaking teams, do you think that our football body should get involved in those type of situations?
I don't think so.
So you think that outside of the internal stuff, a person possibly being dismissed, that's that, you shouldn't. But is it ethically correct though?
No, it's not. It's not. But me, I feel that they just want to make someone an scapegoat.
In the midst of all that's going on in the team.
Whatever that is going on. So they need to go and deal with the bigger elephant in the room. And they know who the culprits are. So they must just go deal with those 2 culprits. And then that will actually bring down to where we know it to be. They will bring back their identity. Because of for me now personally, it's quite difficult to watch Downs.
I hear you. And I, to be quite honest with you, I hear what you're saying. As someone who's not necessarily
a Downs fan,
but the football that they've always played has been enjoyable, to be quite honest with you. So I think I guess what you're saying, that it's not entirely to that standard that everyone's being used to. And I guess we've seen that in the fact that even in AFCON, they didn't have a lot of players who went there as well. Yeah, but maybe it just shows we'll see how the levels have gone down. Yeah, but hey, man, let's see how things play out there. And that's obviously our team in the Champions League. If they are out, we know that we don't have any other representatives in the CAF Champions League.
It's bad though, but
and it then leaves us or puts us in a position where if Kalzer Chiefs wins in the other competition, I want to get to that.
When they win,
sure, but yeah. CAF Confed, we've obviously got 2 teams representing us, and the one, unfortunately, we all know that is going down. They will not make it to the next round. But with regard to the team that we know that stands a chance, nothing is confirmed as yet due to the goal difference from the last game. But Chiefs, they're playing Zamalek, playing away from home. Zamalek also need a win to make sure that they confirm their place in the next round. How do you feel Chiefs will do in this round? Do you think they have it in them? Even though they haven't been playing the best football aesthetically, but do you think that there's enough to beat Zamalek or get the result that they need, even if it's not necessarily a win, but to get the result that they need to make it through to the next round?
I think in the group stages, the most important thing, it's the points. It's not so much about having to play well each and every game. There are certain games where we just need the 3 points.
3 points.
Whether we've played good or bad, but then we just want the 3 points. And I think it's something that Chiefs has actually done.
Sure.
They are not yet into their full capacity in terms of playing, but then you can just see the glimpse. But then the most important thing is that Chiefs was able to get those points.
Sure.
They were able to get, even it's just a point, but then it's at least something. And I just hope that they can just redeem their performance with this game. And then so that we can just advance into the
quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals with so much oomph and with so much swag to it that, you know what, we have actually beaten Zamalek. Zamalek, even in the first leg, I was not convinced.
They were there for that.
Yeah, I was not convinced.
Sure.
Even though they are playing home, it might be tricky for us. But then if we were to do our homework and continue to play our normal soccer, I believe that there's high chances that we can come with the 3 points. I so wish Mdu could have just killed that game with 3-1.
With 3-1.
And then we know that we don't have those.
You know, with the last game, and I'm going back to it because I hear you saying that hopefully the guys can redeem themselves in the next game. And I'm thinking, is there anything that they necessarily need to redeem themselves from? And I asked that because obviously, like I said, they're not playing the best football aesthetically. But okay, we scored our first goal. These guys came back, and we still had the mental capacity and capabilities to actually come back and get the second goal.
And I'm glad we did.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we unfortunately were unable to get the 3-1.
And we were so close.
We were close, but they were able to at least, after getting those guys got their draw, to say, you know what?
We need to push.
And they got a goal from that. We can look at, obviously, the maths and whatnot.
It's something that I was excited about, to see.
Yeah, but we can look at the maths and all that stuff, but ultimately, in terms of points,
it's all right.
We're first place. So, as things stand, we are going through. Obviously, then there's a last game, and I think it's up to us now.
Yeah.
It's up to us. Like you said, we're playing Zamalek, we're playing them at home, but I mean, this is possibly that time where they need to show the mental capacity and to say that we can actually do this. And to be quite honest, if we do go through, I think our prospects get even easier.
Easily, yeah.
Surprisingly, I think they get even easier because I was looking at the groups, and not like no offense to the other teams. Obviously, I don't know each and every team from the other leagues and
just the bits and pieces.
You know what I'm saying?
When you play against,
but the one team that I did recognize is Whitehead from Morocco.
Did say,
and outside of that, I don't see any other team which I feel like can possibly give us a lot of trouble. But what I noticed, side note, is that if we do make it to the quarterfinals with the log tables as they are in each group, there'll be, I think, about 2 Algerian teams. There'll be about 2 Congolese teams, and possibly 2 or 1 Moroccan team, 1 Egyptian team, and then we'll be the only ones from
the south.
Yeah. Obviously, with Stelis being confirmed that they're knocked out. I was looking at that.
Those are scary stats, eh? So we'll only be the only team in the southern hemisphere.
Essentially.
Because the DRC is western and those are north.
I think it's Central Congo. It's not even DRC. Central Congo. The other teams.
No, it's so I get to see why it's actually important just to have those 2 teams coming from the same country. Because we kind of like feed off each other.
You know what I'm saying?
And we are now starting to be each other's support structure to say, you know what, let's push.
I mean, and with the South African flag high as well.
As well, Yeah, no, it's going to be very, 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 very uphill.
To digress now, Stelis, obviously they're knocked out. But like, what do you think, man? What do you think went wrong in their CAF Confed campaign? Why is it that they are unable to sustain the levels possibly from last season?
New management, new coach,
sure,
new players also in, and you must remember something that most top teams, they actually buy Stelis players.
True.
So now we are sitting with about 7 players that have been bought all around our.
Sure. Being the core of your starting lineup of your team.
You know, so that also destabilizes the team
as well. True.
And I'm not sure if Hunt has the neck for CAF. I don't recall his stats quite well in terms of being having to coach in the CAF or the Confed. So I'm not so sure about that. But then I've known him to be one of the best coaches that we have ever had in the country in terms of the trophies that he has collected and accolades as well. And it's a fairly new team. I mean, the previous coach did well for the past 2 seasons, 2-3 seasons to build Stelis to where it is. Because of when it came, it was like just any other team. But then they made wise moves in terms of having to play our Confed twice in a row. Or consecutively. I think that also shifted the culture of the team as well. And then now you know that playing against Stelis, it's not just. And I think the last one they went all the way to the semis.
They were close, I think so. It was around there as well,
So in terms of them having to build the capacity for CAF, I think they've done well.
Do you think then the owners could have possibly said after their last campaign, would let's maybe just go for one last push? And if we're able to do that, because we already know guys want our players, if we do maybe go that further, we're also able to increase possibly the value of the players, and then we can sell them to the guys that they need to be sold to.
No, you're quite right. And then also in terms of the acquisition so far for this season, I was quite happy. Because I saw Mabasa there also. I don't know why they sold it at Dijon, because Dijon played a very integral part to that team. I mean, there was a time where they sold Basadine as well. They sold Kuinika.
Sure.
So it's those players that had they stayed 4 seasons together, I believe that they could have been a very difficult team to beat.
To beat, no?
Yeah.
Man, I hear you. But domestically, how do you see them going? Obviously, we've seen them knock out the Kalzer Chiefs in the net bank.
And I feel like they go and lose on Sunday. That's a foolish move.
But like, how do you see them doing both in the net bank in terms of their progress there and in the league? Because we know they're sitting around 12th position or something like that, and 4 points above the team which is sitting last, obviously with 2 games I think in hand.
So you're almost at 2 games in hand. Relegation zone.
Basically they're in and around, because the points that separates, I think, is about 4 points from the orbit at the bottom to where Stellenbosch is.
So if you lose 1,
the advantage though is that they've got 2 games in hand over those.
So they need to make sure with those 2 games, they need to make sure that if they don't collect 6, they collect at least 4.
Sure.
So that at least they can just have a bit of a breather. But then if they can push it to 6, even better for them. And then maybe try to keep that momentum.
Sure.
And then also going back to the net bank, they need to push as much as they can. Do you know why? So that it allows them the opportunity to go backward to the content.
Sure.
So the net bank,
so even if they aren't able to do
exactly.
it,
but they know that they've got another chance of.
And like you said, Gavin is, I guess, with trophies.
Yeah, with domestic trophies. He's too.
I mean, I guess it could be his best bet, because he knows he's not going to get anything out of the league. He's already knocked out of the Confed. So I hear what you're saying. I hear the angle that you're coming from.
So stay afloat in the league.
Don't get relegated.
Don't get relegated. But then also make sure that on your net bank you just beat, you push up until you go all the way to the finals.
And speaking of, obviously this is one team which has not been as fortunate in the last few games or this season per se, but let's go to one which their fortunes right now, it looks like things are looking good, things are looking bright for them. Orlando Pirates, 3 points ahead, and they're actually playing on this Saturday whilst Chiefs and Sundowns
are playing CAF and
CAF, which if they win, gives them a 6-point lead ahead of the Sundowns, and 9-point lead, I think, ahead of something like that. Ahead of Chiefs.
It's 3 games.
So they're playing Maroon Macallans.
That's a tricky one.
How do you
that's
see
a tricky
them?
one to
that's
play.
what I'm thinking. How do you see them playing?
That's a tricky one.
Do you see them actually taking advantage of them playing this game and possibly getting that 6-point lead? Or
Gallants was also knocked out. I think it's Gallants.
Yeah.
Was it knocked out on NetBank?
I think
by TS, ne?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I'd have to confirm those.
It's going to be a very interesting game.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's going to be a very interesting game because of what I know. Gallants actually is very troublesome when playing against Pirates.
It's they bring their best games for the top 3, the now top 3 of the league, basically. Sure.
So it's going to be if Pirates mean well, if ever they just want to cement their pole position, they need to make sure. If they go there and take a point out of the 3, Downs will be knocking so hard.
And you know the thing is, the next games after that,
they are quite difficult.
And Chiefs.
Also Chiefs as well.
Yeah, back to back.
So if ever they don't capitalize on this one,
they can get those points back via.
But I don't see Downs beating.
Sundowns is a tricky one. I don't
see Downs beating Pirates though.
I think for Pirates,
I don't see Downs beating Pirates.
I also don't. I really don't. But I think Pirates needs to actually go and stamp the authority.
No, true.
Take advantage of the Sundowns
now
in front of them. And that will possibly give them the thing of, you know what, we can go all the way.
And can I pose a question? How do you feel about the derby being sold out before?
When you big, you're big. I mean,
within a couple of hours.
Within a couple of hours, man. Within a couple of hours.
I was listening to Metro yesterday. I think it's the F&B center management or the guy who's in the management. The guy said that they've pushed the ticket to, I think, 87,555. Ne? That guy was saying that when they opened that online, over 40,000 tickets were sold.
Yes.
Then they had to close the tab.
Sure.
So that it also awards those that are going to physically buy the ticket at a computer ticket.
Because now you're standing in line only to find the tickets are possibly sold out from the guys who are online.
And guess what? That poll was open around 8. Ne? By 12, they had to close it. Because of the tickets were actually sold out. Then he was also explaining that the 8,000, it was around your suite, your hospitality,
sure.
teams having to buy, So the 8,000 went to the sponsorships.
Yeah.
But then the entire 82,000, 80, I'd say maybe 81-ish thousand. It was just fans.
It's just fans. I mean, like, when you're big, you're big.
When you're big, that's a game that's going to play in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time. Already sold out.
You sold it out in a couple of hours.
When you're big, you're big. And hopefully we get, when that game comes, hopefully the fans...
We'll just live to the expectation. But the fans must come early also, man.
Yeah, man.
Please, they must just come early.
This thing of having
to delay the game.
It's also not proper, and I think it's not a good look.
No, it's not.
Because Tina and Esther, we might be used to it.
No, it's not.
In South Africa, we might be like, hey, we know how our league is, but for a game which is also viewed in other parts of the world, having to now postpone the game for 30 minutes, I don't think it's a
so the fans must just come early.
Hopefully they get those things right. Hopefully the fans now come there early and they are rewarded with a good game regardless of who wins that game. But I guess drawing back to Pirates and the games that are in front of them, how do you think that they navigate these 2-3 games ahead of them, and essentially how many points do you think they get out of 9?
And before I also get to answer your question, I liked what the guy was saying, that they've increased where you need to scan your ticket.
Sure.
So now that system will be much more quicker because he spoke about 120 people that are having those the marshals data. So that can also speed up the process of getting the people quicker into the game. I think I like that. Another thing that he highlighted before I answer you, he says that when you go and buy online or at a computer ticket, you're only allowed to buy 10 tickets.
Okay.
Just to bring about control.
Yeah.
So I like that idea as well. And then that also eliminates the aspect of, because of last year's derby, I think 20,000 fake tickets were able to get into the stadium. So they're trying to eradicate that.
The people who actually did buy the
tickets that they are inside. That was just kudos to them. Pirates against the Downs, I would have loved them to take 3 points. Just to create the momentum within the team.
Pirates.
But then also I liked the aspect of, it will also just give Downs that push to say, you know what, I think we are slacking. Now we need to pull up our socks. That's the first game. But I don't see Pirates beating us.
Sure.
So Pirates,
even with the football,
with the football because of, we know that Bonnet, this one is laughing because of we just know how to disturb these big teams in a way. So at least in the 6 points, they'll just get 3.
Sure.
They'll just get 3.
Sure.
So we'll just take the other 3 points.
Nice.
So that at least we are not far from number 2 and number 1.
Sure.
So if ever we can always just kiss 2 nyana, then would be good. Because I'm not afraid. True. I'm not afraid, Jaren. If we can just be in the top 4. But we still have what it takes. to take the league.
Yeah.
But then I didn't get fresh. But then I don't get fresh. But here I am, sundowns. But then here I am, go and play CAF again or confed.
Sure.
Good.
I hear you. And before we get to ending of the show, I just wanna move it to European football, Premier League. There's been a couple of not necessarily changes, because in terms of first and second position, things are still the same. But what has changed is that Manchester City won their game against Fulham. I'd say convincingly, nice 3 goals early in the game, and then obviously no trouble in terms of the second half. And then we know that Arsenal's playing today against Brentford.
I hope they win. But then it's a tricky one.
You're looking you want Arsenal to win?
Yeah, I just want Arsenal to win the league, man.
You think so?
Yeah, because I feel that, and I know that I've been playing this record forever. Ne? It's for them to lose this season.
No, I think I'll always have Arsenal. I won't lie. If they win, kudos to them. I think they are playing like a team which deserves to. But when you have that little bit of bias and thinking, we'll see, if they win, it could be the start of
that's what I want.
Of something serious for them.
That's what I want.
Yeah, and I think
that's what I want.
I don't want that to happen without United first being in a position to...
As we are going to play a Champions League.
You think so?
Menu. Next season, we are going to play a Champions League. Mark my words.
You think so?
Mark my words.
And
we are returning to Champions League.
Which teams do you not see going into a Champions League? Because it's Manchester United fourth. It's Manchester United fourth.
I think Villa is number 3,
yeah, and then it's Chelsea fifth. Liverpool sixth. The point gap is 3 points amongst from Manchester United to Liverpool. It's 3 points.
Just one game.
Just one game. So, and Aston Villa had initially dropped, but they won their game yesterday, which gives them another 3 points.
But then they played tricky games also.
Yeah. So who do you see missing out on Champions League? Because I think first and second we know that it's definitely between Arsenal and City. It's just a matter of how it sits, but I think they'll take the first 2 positions. Who do you then see filling up the rest of the Champions League spots?
Before I answer, what's happening at Tottenham?
They just sacked their coach. They fired their coach. Last night?
And they actually started the season quite well.
Started well, but then things just haven't been the same. But I think also the loss of players like Son, Kane. But Kane was I think the previous season, so I guess you can't really. But losing Son like a season later. Solanke, I won't lie, it's a decent attacker, but I think he's almost always injured. He's got his times when he's playing and then he gets injured and stays out for a bit. So they need obviously someone who they can rely on, but I don't know, man.
What's happening with Richarlison?
I don't even know.
What's your history?
I don't even know.
Because I see him on and off. I
don't even know what's going on because they haven't really had an attacker, like an out-and-out striker in a couple of games. But they fired their coach.
Madison is still injured, no?
Injured, yeah, he's out, I think, for the rest of the season.
That's bad.
Probably the rest of the season, Madison.
That's bad.
Well, it's tricky because they're in a relegation.
No, they are.
They're in a relegation.
Because I saw the league standing. I'm like, these ones are actually kissing relegation.
And you've got teams like West Ham.
I love
which are actually doing well the way they play. So you can see a team like West Ham getting out of that bottom 3.
I see them playing Europa though.
In
West Ham.
Not this season.
I think they will.
This season, do you know where they're sitting? They're sitting in 18th place.
18th.
West Ham. You see the form, the West Ham that you like, I think. It's form of the last 4 or 5 games where they've been winning.
Hey, 18.
Those guys, I don't know how many points they had. Only now they've got 24 points. They've got 24 points, sitting on 18th. Then the team above them is sitting on 26 or 27.
EPL is tough.
So, Bonavele forget about them making a
EPL is tough.
They are fighting to
EPL
get
is
out
tough.
of relegation.
So, going back to your question, I would love to see Aston Villa playing a Champions League again.
At whose expense? Because someone obviously then has to, and I think at most they'll probably get 5 positions.
Liverpool can go out. Can go out after what City did to them. They can go out. It's fine.
And they don't look like a team.
They don't look like
that they are serious
about. Even City is not the City that we've known for the past decade.
But you know what I think? I think this win against Liverpool, and then obviously now they followed up.
Yeah, fully.
I think that win against Liverpool, even though like it was just, they were obviously losing 1-0 and then they came back and ban. But I think one of those teams where you just need something like that to flip
back
a switch to airborne. And I think that win, in that bigger scheme of things, of them saying we're going to chase Arsenal, has made them hungry. I don't know that they'll go as far as getting to Arsenal and beating them for the league. But I think one thing is for sure is that they won't be as inconsistent as they've been in the past few games or what we've seen.
That's a point though.
Yeah, so I think they will actually be tricky for Arsenal in terms of I think they'll be chasing them the whole time.
The thing with Pep is we've known Pep not to lose more than 3 games in a season. But then now he's lost 3.
Do you think he's going next season?
No,
I've heard rumors, people saying maybe he wants out, etc., etc.
Did he win the Champions League with City?
Yeah, it was their first.
Then he can go. It's fine. He can go. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, he can go. It's fine.
I hear you, but I hear you. So you say Liverpool that you don't.
So I say Arsenal. I say Arsenal. City, obviously. I'd love to see Villa because I love how they play.
Sure.
Villa. As we are going to play the Champions League.
But do you think do you want to see us ahead of Villa even if Villa make it?
I so wish we could go all the way to number 3.
I think
win that bronze.
Sure.
And then also step into the Champions League.
And looking at the way things have been, we need something like that to also just build on. You know that maybe next season you can just go and fight for number 2, number 1. So it's that number 4, ne? I think Chelsea might make it by virtue of England getting the 5th Champions League spot.
So if ever Liverpool is serious about business, ne?
They need to make sure they sitting at 5th position at most.
Yeah, they must
so
just,
that if Champions League, they say that no, because England, you guys, because I think most of their teams are in the next round of Ilokan, so they've got the
obviously
advantage. So I think if they get that position, then 5th position essentially, whoever sits there has a chance of making Champions League. So if Liverpool is serious, I'd say they should chase. But I mean, look, Chelsea is just a bit confusing because they are winning games, but I don't think I like the way
they're playing much better now.
Sure.
But they're not convincing because they can go win 2 games, go lose 1, draw, win.
Sure.
So there's no consistency in that. But then also, circling back to the game of City and Liverpool, how does Liverpool go and score such a brilliant goal? And then
it's, I don't know, man. Clearly it's a switching off. You can't switch off. But at the same time, maybe that's the importance of having big game players. Because essentially the guys who won the game Bernardiki and Haaland. Haaland gave the assist. Bernardiki went for the goal, and then Haaland went and scored the penalty after that. And then Cheki, I don't know, man. Cheki, I think he was. Do you think he was maybe selfish? It's funny that I'm asking this because they had an open net, but getting the power on the shots was tricky. Yeah. And at the same time, you had
to generate
Haaland
within your half.
You had Haaland where you could have just, and he was in his half, still ahead of the, I think, also was like whoever the last defender was. And then if you just push it a bit, Haaland goes maybe a few steps and then can generate a bit more power, which scores in the goal. It's 3-1.
I find Sheki to be a bit selfish at times.
So
it doesn't surprise me what he did. Because who was the closest person to pass? Mr. Haaland. Rather, Haaland scores so that he can still continue breaking those records. For me. But if you also want to shine.
Hey, but then I guess we can't blame Sheki too much because
to be being ambitious.
Was like we went and that case was hectic. Haaland was actually beating him there before he started.
No, he was.
He was beating him there.
But do you think the red card was valid?
I think. So Postlight started pulling Haaland.
Okay.
And then Haaland
retaliated.
But I think in the spirit of the game, in the context of where they were, it was literally going to be the last kick of the game.
Could have just
allow it. It's a goal for them. Liverpool loses, and they love to fight another day. But now you've taken it back.
You've taken a key player out.
Taken a key player out
and
for Liverpool.
The most coming games are as important.
So I think man, they should have just. I think that's where sometimes VAR, but I guess that's the thing of having VAR. They're going to now scrutinize each and everything. But I feel like sometimes those human elements from the referees who are sitting watching from the screen should have just said, you know what, man, let's just allow. Let's just allow. But hey, it is one of those things. I guess ultimately when it goes against you sometimes, you'll be the ones who saying, but why do not VAR do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2? So you also see why you would also apply it on the other end as well.
So that you get to also feel what other teams are actually going through.
Sure.
No, I catch you.
But otherwise, my guy, let's see each other next time again. Hopefully we'll be catching up about our team and talking about them being in the draw for the quarterfinals. And let's just see how the next set of results are in the league and the domain. I mean the what's this continental competitions. But for now, I think we'll just leave it at that. And see you next time, my brother.
Rulane, thank you in advance. Cheers. Ngabo.
Love and peace.